Hey everyone, Michael here. Hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. The market is not doing the best right now, but if you watched the members live stream last night, you guys know why this is. So first, let's talk about Bitcoin and why Bitcoin and the entire market is actually taking a little bit of an L today, okay? Now, we've talked about Bitcoin. Depending on what chart you guys are using, whether it's US dollar or Tether, you're going to have different June lows. But right now, Bitcoin is just trying to break above those June lows that were a level of support, but now they are a level of resistance. You can see it over here. As soon as we broke down below them, we have been unable to get back above and close above those key levels here. We got fairly close yesterday, but guess what? We still got knocked back down, and it's just not looking the best for us at this moment in time. But there's still hope. As long as Bitcoin stays in this upward trend, we have a few more days here to have an opportunity to pop. And just because we break down doesn't mean we're going off of a cliff. It could just mean that we're going back into this regular zone where we come back down to the low 16,000, probably high $15,000 range. And that's what you guys could expect for the next few days as we lead up to CPI data and Jerome Powell giving us guidance as far as how much he's going to be raising interest rates over the next few weeks. Okay. Now, the main reason we're having so much trouble, though, is this. This is a weekly chart of the NASDAQ. You can see we've had a few bear market rallies over the past few months, and you can see we have a formal, nice trend line right here. Well, guess what? We're coming up against that trend line right now, and we're just having a little bit of issues with it, as well as the 20-week moving average. I don't care too much about the 20-week moving average as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. I just want to see us break out above this level, and I don't know if that's going to happen this week. The best I could hope for this week personally is more of a choppy weather here. But if we do have a good CPI inflation report, or we do have Jerome Powell come out and say, hey, we're going to be doing 50 basis point rate hike, maybe that's just enough for us to have a pop and at least test out this 50-week moving average here. Go to the SPY as well. We have that same downtrend here, and we're still having issues breaking out above it. We can still go and have a great next week if we have good CPI data and we have good numbers coming from Jerome Powell, like I just said. However, without that good information, we're most likely going to follow the same trend we've been doing for the past few weeks, months, where we have these nice bear market rallies, then we crash back down. Then we have another rally, then we crash back down. And that cycle has not been good for assets overall, but it has given you guys a lot of fun multi-month holds for those who have the cojones in order to hold those positions, okay? So right now, what I want you guys to pay attention to is this week, we're just testing out these levels and we're trying to break out. That's all this week is going to be. Hopefully, we don't see anything in terms of head and shoulders patterns or double top patterns of that type of ilk, because that means that we're most likely going to break down. We have these general trend lines like that, and we only have until like Friday to really try to get a nice move here. Otherwise, we break down. We might come back down a little bit more than retest next week with the news. But without that news, I think we're most likely just going to break down slowly and come back down towards the low 390s. Not crazy low. And then we have to wait to see where the news takes us, because all the technicals in the world aren't going to tell you how CPI is doing. Same thing going back over to the NASDAQ. Although the NASDAQ has a little bit more of a trend line. It has the first one right there, more of a gradual, and then the steeper one here that most of you guys will be basing your trades off of, or something like this. So be careful. Watch for a lot of choppiness over the next few days. When you see stuff that's choppy, you're most likely going to be day trading off of specific levels, okay? This can be for Bitcoin, the dollar index, whatever you guys are looking for. We talked about a potential bounce coming off here of support. We're attempting it now. We'll see how much further it goes. But I hope you guys have been paying attention, because right now, this is where your skills have to come in, and you guys are going to be prioritizing day trading or swing trading into earnings, which is a higher risk, of course, but also a very high reward if you get it right. Thanks, everybody.